all of the robber barons were hated. I mean, they were extremely rich. There was a lot of poverty, and there was not the safety nets we have today for poor people.
There were a lot of so-called railroad barons that were in it to make as much money as could be done quickly and then get out. And they pulled enormous numbers of tricks on shareholders, watering stock, using dishonest figures to indicate how much money the railroad was making.
They built the railroad in order to make money for themselves, not to develop the land or to improve the value of the United States.
Land grants obtained through the Pacific Railway Act served as a powerful catalyst for railroad construction, but also motivated the railroad owners to game the system.
The railroad would be given a section of land, and then there would be a section that would remain in federal hands for sale, for homesteading. The railroad could then sell their own land to raise revenue.
The race for land grants had motivated transcontinentals to build their lines cheaply, quickly, and with inefficient routes.
In the case of the Union Pacific, the rails curved throughout Nebraska in order to secure more subsidy because they were paid by the mile. In the case of Villard with the Northern Pacific, he wanted to produce a scenic route, giving tourists an impressive view of the Northwest. Thus, he didn't build for efficiency.
The Northern Pacific alone received 47 million acres, the largest subsidy ever bestowed on a private entity. The Pacific Railway Act enabled the railroads to become the largest private landowners in the country, accumulating more than 10% of all the land in the United States.
Some of the other transcontinentals were built so badly that by the time the railroad was completed, the earlier parts of the track were already having to be replaced.
The power and corruption that grew from the federal land grants brought the subsidies to an end years before James J. Hill entered the railroad business.
He has to build a very different railroad, and he has to finance it by building a railroad that functions well as a railroad and hauls a lot of goods.